Hey fans, begins wherever it's me, Honest You One, your hilarious jackass, coming at you for another Transformers review. Yes, I'm really spoiling you with these guys. And as per the title page, we're going to be doing Titans Return Astrotrain. And here we have the box. So when we have the back, so I might as well show you it. Nice box unbox. It does this, that, and the other thing. We've got Autobots, we've got Transformers, and we've got a nice art on the side there, which is a lost art. You know, box art is a lost art. You know. But you know what? I quite like the Generations boxes, to be perfectly honest. I like just the black and the nice shape of just a fucking square instead of that fucking cut in the bottom. Anyway, so we're going to be doing a little bit of. And when I say a little bit, I mean a little bit of bio. The Decepticons unite with the Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Astrotrain uses the cloaking ability of Darkmoon to travel behind enemy lines without being detected, and that's all he does. He just goes behind enemy lines without being detected and just stands there. So that's pathetic, actually. I mean, what happened to the using his triple changing ability to intimidate and confuse the enemy and all that sort of gear? But there you go. And there he is in his spatial mode. It's, to be honest, it's kind of Jerry Anderson-y. You know, it's not too bad, but I wish they could have incorporated the cockpit actually where the cockpit is. That would have been nice. You know, it is what it is, isn't it? But for a 21st century toy, you know, the plastic quality isn't great on this. The wings are very, very thin. But for a mould that was made way back in the late 70s, early 80s, it can manage to convey a space shuttle and a train way back when, and using lots of die-cast metal, and you can't do that in the 21st century. Anyway, there's your space shuttle mode, and you can flip this clear plastic bit at the back to reveal Dark of the Moon, Darkmoon. And there he is in his little robot mode. You can't see it. Are we going to get some? Are we going to get him to focus? I don't think so, because I'm using my phone camera. He's a little loose. He's a bit floppy. Oh my god, did I just say that? Fucking hell. Anyway, there he is. He's a Titan Master. He does the Titan Master thing of going, I've got arms that can move, you see? And he can, you know, he looks like he's got blasters on his arms, which is a first. He can go, pa-choo, pa-choo, pa-choo. And he can, you know, be a little Titan Master. Are we going to get some focus? Come on. No. So, onto this mode again. Well, you know, he has got some nice moulded detail in there. He's got some nice tampered Decepticon symbols on it, but it is just lacking paint apps, particularly on the cockpit, the bridge. He does have landing gear. He's got like a little ski there, and he's got these little nubs here at the back. And you can put his guns on his wings there. One thing that irritates me is you can see the fucking chest of the robot there and the arms. The arms, you don't really do anything. They just kind of sit there, and it's yeah. Anyway, so we'll take him to his train mode. In the mint train, insane in the train. To quote a few. Yes. So right, we take the guns off. Then we lift that up like so. Then we disconnect the wings from his arms, so you just kind of flip it back like that. So we move them just out to the back for now, to get everything out of the way. So what we do now is, we raise his arms up like so. So we're in this kind of manoeuvre. Then we raise this up. Oh, we close these in as well. I only just found these out. These actually did something earlier. Then we rotate. This is on a really strange joint. It's on a hinge, but then you push it. Do you push it? Am I doing something wrong? I'm doing something wrong. You rotate it like that. That's it. And then what you do is you bring these down So you've got like a notch there and a notch in his chest, and there's a notch in each of the wings. But we'll leave that in a minute because we need to do something else first. So we disconnect these sections like so. I'll put his little landing gear away like that. Then we rotate, and we split the legs, and then we split his crotch as well, and we rotate that up like so. So we just move these out of the way for now because you've just got to get. It's a case of just finagling everything into place. We lift that up, rotate that round, and close that back up, so you get like a, you know, like a bit like Snowpiercer, really. Snowpiercer, really? I've lost the ability to fucking talk, to actually articulate words, you know? Or you can keep it like that, to keep it like a bullet train, but the instructions say to rotate that up like that, so we'll do that for now. So, we rotate that up, and then you got this little nubs there, little notches in there. Well, one side. There we go. I'll turn it around this way. You can see what I'm actually doing. There we are. And then he just kind of fits in this little crevice under here, and then it just kind of clicks in when it wants to. There we are. So it just fits in there, so you just kind of straighten it all up. So then what you do is you get these purple bits, and then you rotate that in like so, and in like that. Then you get these purple bits, and then you rotate them down like so. Same on the other side. Rotate that down like so. So it gives him the illusion of having train wheels. Same for this side. We rotate that in like so. Click that in. Rotate that in like so. Rotate that down on this side, and that down on this side. So we're in this kind of position. And then we get, how are we doing this bit? Alright, it just kind of sits up like that, and then you get the little notch in the wing. It rotates like so. Same for this side, and then you just kind of finagle it together, and then we're in train mode. You can get his guns, and you can attach them to these holes here, like so and like so. So he's an armoured train. Yeah. Not entirely impressed, if I'm honest. I mean, I like Astrotrain, I always have done, but this particular figure isn't great. I mean, there's some nice moulded detail in there, particularly in this section here. You've got all these nice wheels, you've got like panel lines to, you know, to give off the train. You've got a door there and a door there as well. You know, you've got all this, and you've got a door there and a door there. You've got windows which are not painted. There's no paint apps on this fella at all. It'd be nice to have some paint apps. I mean, you've got some nice detail in there as well, so, you know, it's detailed enough. It's just, it's lost because there's no paint apps. You know, and the fact that Hasbro are now charging like 30 quid for these. Look, if I'd have paid full price for this fella, I'd have been very disappointed. But I got it for £8.75 from Tesco, which was a fucking steal. I thought, you know what, I'm having it at that price. You got some nice big wheels on the bottom. You got some sort of two big tumbler things there, and then one in the middle there, and it does roll reasonably well. But it's a train, isn't it? So yeah, not you know, very bad show. So we take the guns off because we're taking into robot mode now. We're pretty much there, to be fair. What we do is we just disconnect that off there. Rotate this section up like so, firstly, we rotate that in and one on the other side as well. Rotate that down. Then we flip that up, and then we rotate the leg out, the foot out like so. Then we rotate that down. Same for this side. Rotate these purple bits up, these purple bits down. Rotate it, which was the front, this way. Rotate it that way, rotate it that way. You lift that up, and then you can rotate it in and give him his feet, and then you connect that to there like that. So we're here. Then we rotate that up, rotate this entire section up, and you shouldn't be seeing that just yet. Rotate this whole section down, and using the peg that we pegged the wings in earlier, there's a little peg there and a peg hole there, and this whole assembly rotates and just fits on his back. Now, there's a number of things you can do with the wings. You can either leave them out like that, you can actually fold them all the way back to make it a bit neater back here, because he's got all this back kibble, or you can rotate them out again, so it's just, see, what you've done is you've just pulled them in a bit, so it makes it a bit neater. That's the kind of way I do it, to be fair. Rotate that down, and then you rotate his fists out. Thus, come on, rotate his fist out. There we are, down and down. Phone's telling me there's a low battery. It's been telling me that a lot recently because my phone's dying, but a new one is on the way. So we're in robot mode. So we get Darkmoon, and we his head, and then we put it on. Come on, he's got to fucking get it in there. There we are. Just shove his head on, and then you lift this lever, and boom, you get these Astrotrain head things. And then there he is in robot mode. Very nice, very nice, very nice. So the robot mode's nice, just the rest of it is a bit of crap, if I'm honest. He can rotate his head a little bit, and you can rotate these sort of neck pieces, because this whole section can rotate a little bit here and there. So I'm gonna move up, rotate at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and that's your lot, and rotate 360 degrees, but it is hindered by the wing there, but you can move it out of the way if you want. No waist articulation because the whole waist splits. You can move his legs up. He's got a double universal joint in there, so you can rotate that back. You can rotate at the thigh, you can bend at the knee somewhat, and his feet can go up and down, but that's more for transformation. Yeah, so you can get a few dynamic poses out of him. There we are, and he can hold his two blasters. So you can put that in his hand there, and that one in his hand there, and you can, you know, let's see if I can put him in a really cool dynamic pose without compromising it. There we are, so you can put him in a dynamic pose, and he can shoot Autobots all day if he wants to. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think they're trying to, you know, invoke the original toy and being something new at the same time. But I think them doing that has compromised the alt modes greatly. You know what I mean? It's so lacking, and it's a shame really, because, you know, Astrotrain's a really cool character. Oh, you can put his gun on here, so you can have a double gun if you want. And it's a shame really, because Astrotrain's a really cool character, and he's just the alt modes are so compromised, you know, and nothing wants to fit in properly. So you can just make out a little tiny gap in his crotch piece there, and it just will not sit flush, which is a shame. Yeah, so I like it only because it's Astrotrain. If it had been any other character, I'd have been yeah. But I mean, there are good figures in this line. Six Shot and Alpha Trion that I did yesterday is really cool. But this guy, it's just, his alt mode is so lacking, and his alt modes are so lacking, it's a shame, really. So anyway, that's me. That's Astrotrain and Darkmoon, and I will catch you all later. Bye for now.